Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you. Hello, Juan.
Hello, how are you?
We are in quantum education with Education 3000. I am Noemi Paimal, the founder of P3000, and with Juan Villegas, who is a researcher on quantum education and a very good friend too, and somebody who had a lot of experience with education because he was the director of a school, the headmaster in Nepal. The school was Gurukul. And he was a teacher for a long time in Auroville in India, more than 5 years. So welcome, Juan. And today we have a wonderful subject, and that's very interesting because we need those tips. It's about manifestation. I am more powerful than I think. What's about that, manifestation, Juan?
Well, the idea of manifestation, many people are like looking at it like how we can live, like experience the life that we want. And there are different techniques to deal with this, to process this. But I want to go a little bit like back to basics, like to bring something that can be very complicated, a little bit streamlined and simple.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to share is like basically like the first to understand the basic understanding of like how the brain is like creating our experience. So we have like all these visual and all these like sense like stimulus that we're taking it in, and then the brain is like taking all that and creating like a perception, creating like a vision of life that we're experiencing. Oh, my printer is going. So the idea with manifestation is like while we are experiencing, like we are seeing like a reality, there are a multitude of ways that we can experience this. So this we often see like when we are like healing the past, something in the past, and suddenly we see it in another way. So what we need to look into is first is like how we change our perception, how we change the life that we're living, and how we can like direct ourselves or attract or flow towards a life that we prefer. So more or less this is like clear. Yeah.
It's like to have a bunch of possibilities, like a reservoir. Sometimes people say that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like timelines as well? And then we can, it's up to us to grab the one we really want. Is that something
Yes,
like that?
something like this, but like the process involved is not only mental.
Uh-huh.
There is like a very like big emotional component to this. So
Oh,
we are, I mean, in terms of physics, you can look at it as like parallel realities. You know,
uh-huh.
we have like one reality that you can look at it in many, many, many different ways, and there could also be other parallel lives. But to not complicate things, the idea is like with what we are experiencing, we often have like emotional wounds and emotional like attractions that we want to resolve something. It's not like consciously, but we have like strong emotions that are like pulling us and rejecting things from us. So even if in our mind we say like this, many people have experiences. They say I don't want this anymore, or I want this now, but you feel attracted again and again to the same thing. So we need to look into this first. Is like in order to change the perception, the reality that we are experiencing right now, we need to change how we think and what we want and all that. Yes, but we also need to change like the emotions that we are feeling towards this reality. So if I'm feeling a lot of like sadness or anger towards something, there is in the brain wants to bring a resolution. So we're gonna be like constantly attracted to it again and again until we resolve this. So it's gonna be difficult to change our manifestation or our reality or our life.
So it's like brain plus heart, or think plus feel.
Yes,
That
and
would be the formula.
thought and emotion, brain and heart. We need to work on it in a combined way.
Or electricity and magnetical field.
Yeah, yeah.
And the third component, we have a third one, don't we?
Mm, maybe we can bring something, third component. Well, can be long.
No, you told me to do it, the body.
The body. Yes, 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 yes. That this
I
also
remember your class one.
in the Spanish one. Yeah. Um, so first, if we want to change the reality, we have to, like, again, we need to transform our emotion, and to resolve, we need to be at peace with the reality that we are currently in.
Okay.
This is the most difficult part, because there are many other methods that can help us to get what we want. But if we are not at peace with what we have right now, it keeps coming back. It kind of like it wants to closure. So to bring peace with the current state, we need to process the emotion. And sometimes this can be very intense. For example, when we are talking about family, children, education, it can raise like strong feelings. So that's where the body will come from, will come in the picture. That we are trying to process all these emotions to get ourselves at peace with what we are experiencing. Sometimes the emotions are very intense, and in order to something that can really help the mind to not get so involved and so entangled with this is to use the body. Like, so for example, like when you are moving the body while you're experiencing a strong emotion, when you're walking, when you're dancing, when you are like drawing, painting, singing, when you're like expressing in some way using the body that feeling, it helps to keep the thinking mind a little bit out of the picture for the moment, and the body to process all that.
Okay, that makes sense.
So once all that emotion is processed and we are more at peace with the current reality, and it's no longer pulling us in different ways, then we can look into how we can change it.
So it's like integration.
Yes, first you integrate.
You focus better, actually.
Yeah, it's like we integrate what we have already created, what the perception that we have already created. We honor it, we accept it. But I'm feeling very sad, very angry with it, very whatever, very scared. We process the feeling. It goes in a sort of like instant way. There is a process, but all of a sudden it begins to go away and a new perspective comes. And once we are at peace with the current reality, then we can begin to using our imagination. We can begin to visualize. We can try to get inspired to, like, okay, what would I prefer? What would I want? What is my dream? That's where the heart comes from, is bringing a bit of like a new balance. And then again, you can just think about it, that you can say like, okay, this is what I want in my life, but that's not enough. You also need to bring the emotional component. Like the brain has both sides, the more like the thinking and the feeling part. So you can think about what you want, and then you feel what you want. And again, if you also involve the body in this, like if you, while you're feeling, you walk, you draw, you dance, you jump, you do something with the body, it's helping that feeling that to kind of like ground into the body memory. So throughout the day, that stays with us, like guiding us.
If not, it will evaporate, or it will go back up.
Well, if not, it's just the feeling that you create. It's there. It will be there. But the body also has like its own like memory of like feelings that are stored there. So after you stop consciously, I mean, I will have to maybe go a little bit into why this is going like this. I don't know if I have time, but like the moment you stop like feeling it and thinking about it, then you go through all the topics, and then the body is staying with what we have programmed already on autopilot, which is all the subconscious memories and feelings that are there. So if we want the body memory, the body feeling to change, it's good to involve the body while you are like visualizing or dreaming. And this is why in many ancestral cultures, they will often, in their prayers, they will always use the body. They will do a ritual with the body. They will do a dance. They will do a walk, a pilgrimage. The body will be involved. So afterwards, the body remembers.
Always,
Because many
always.
people,
In the tradition, always. They have a physical
yes,
walk. Walking is
yes,
the most
there is a
common.
logic to that. There is a whole
That's
like
very
process.
wise.
Yes. Otherwise, many people experience that while they are meditating or while they're visualizing or while they're connected with their inspiration, they can feel it, they can see the path, they can have clarity, they know what they want. And then after they go through other days and it's lost. And why it's lost? There is something that takes over.
And they say,
So
and I myself, I said, but I did everything. I visualized and I felt, and nothing happened. So because we didn't have the third component.
yeah.
That's correct. Maybe to finish, we can have an example so we can really do it, because this is so important, and we can change education through that equation. And that's very important for us watching this video. If you click on this video today, this is because of that. So let's say I want to, an example, whatever, an example that we can.
I mean, an example can be like, everybody will have to go through their own process, but like if you're watching this video, probably today, I'm sure today something happened in your life, or like yesterday, like there is always something going on. So to apply this is like, first accept, okay, this happened. How do I feel about it? I feel sad, angry, whatever. Give myself a few minutes to really experience this, to really let the feeling come, transform us, teach us whatever we need to learn from it, and it will begin to go away. If it's too strong, which sometimes is too strong, then again, bring the body, go for a walk while you're feeling it, jump, dance, put some music, whatever. Once we are like, kind of like storm has passed, we're a bit more clear, now we can think like, okay, what would I prefer in this situation? So I would prefer that this was nice and resolved and in harmony or whatever. Okay, good. Now, how would you feel? Now you have more or less the vision. Okay, then how would you feel if this had already happened?
Okay.
If this had already happened, oh, I will feel so good. I will feel so relieved. I will feel at ease. I will feel nice. Nice. So you are beginning to create a good feeling. Stay with the feeling for a bit. And if you want, if you want to bring the body, you can draw while you are feeling this feeling. You can dance or go for a walk as if that had already happened. How would you walk if this problem in your life was solved a long time ago? You will walk with ease, you will walk relieved, relaxed. So let your body like walk in this way. And you will feel like in the muscles that there will be tension that begin to soften, and that's going to stay in the body. Like those tensions will remain dissolved, and the body, even afterwards, you will not think about this, you forgot this exercise, but your body will remain in a new feeling. So the body is like continuing to guide you to stay in that feeling, and your unconscious will guide you whatever decision, inspiration, so you can stay in this good feeling that it has now tasted.
That's very clear. Thank you.
Good.
I like it very much. I noticed, Juan, when you say release the emotion, you always do that, like breathe. What's the importance of breathing when you want to release emotion or process or whatever
there is a whole like
incorporate them and deal with them?
There is a whole big science about how the breathing can bring the whole nervous system in balance and everything. But like something that we see is that when we are resisting some emotion and we are like blocked, if we notice that often the breathing kind of freezes. We kind of like retract and like we get a little tense and we begin to breathe very like shallowly or almost no breathing at all. So by breathing, you kind of like stimulate the body to stay in that balance and to process that emotions and to be present. It helps a little bit to embrace the process that the emotion is bringing to us.
Wow. So if I want to summarize, it's like with my mind, let's say it's a higher level of consciousness, let's say 6D to say something. Then I connect with the heart, let's say 5, 6, 4D, And then with the body, I go to 3D. So I bring all this energy, intention, energy to manifestation, which is the earth. And it's an alignment, perfect alignment. And that's co-creation.
Yeah, it's like a way to bring like this energy or this vision into the physical plane.
And some people say that's why we incarnate here on earth, to bring that part of the purpose.
Yeah, there will be many reasons and things, but like to create, no, to create the life that we want. The main problem we often have here is that we have already issues with the life that we have created, and this we need to resolve. Otherwise, some people, if you are in a very bad state emotionally, you're having a hard time. If somebody tells you, okay, visualize the life of your dream, you can't. If you try, some voice in your head is going to be like, no, because of this, because of that. So this has to be, we have to turn the page before we can go to the next chapter.
It's like deprogram and reprogram.
Exactly. You have to empty the cup, then you can fill it up again.
That's correct.
And sometimes there is too much focus on one of them. If you are only thinking about healing, yes, there is endless things to heal. If you're only thinking about manifestation, then you are always in trying to create the life you want, but the past keeps coming back. The past keeps coming back. So we need a balance between that. Heal the past, yes. Create a future.
Wow, there's a lot to process.
Yeah.
With quantum education. Next time, we can have more on that. We can see, actually, we could see liberation of energetical pattern.
Yeah, it's related
of the ancestors and all the past. Do you want to do another video on that next time?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
That'd be great.
Good. Time is flying again. Maybe a message for parents and teachers.
Okay, so I mean, for parents and teachers, there is always the relationship with the kid there, but I mean, the idea is the kids are already, in some way, they are very much connected with their dreams, with their future, with what they want. So that is there, and to let them have that space of dreaming is very good. And also, but they also have to go through their process of dealing with the obstacles that they're finding in life, because life is not what they maybe expect in their dreams. So it is very important to let the kids go through their emotions so they can readjust and they can continue towards their future. And with regards to us, again, it's the same thing. We are all learning hand in hand, and we are all creating life in harmony together. So we also need to take care a lot of our own emotional wounds, our own issues, do our best to heal the past that we have. And the more we heal, the more our mind is going to clear and it's going to be brave again to dream and to create like things that we want in our life. So, but I think as parents and teachers, we have generally a heavy emotional package that we're carrying, because it's far from ideal. The situation we have in schools, the situations we have at home, it's far from what anybody will dream. So there is a lot of emotional heaviness that we're carrying, a lot of disappointment, a lot of frustration. So the more we can release this, let ourselves feel it, it's not gonna bite us, it's not gonna kill us, it's just gonna transform us to help us create something better. So I will encourage to take this step and just let go of all these things.
Thank you. That's very, very clear. So if I want change outside, I start with changing myself. So we will see much more on the next videos. We stay together with quantum education, with Education 3000. And thank you so much, Juan. And let's be together. It's a very nice adventure for everybody, for us, for you, and for the humanity. See you. Thank you, Juan. Take care.
You too.